Hi there, beloveds, and welcome back to another Love in Action Daily Boost program. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. Thank you for joining and tuning back in. We had a bit of a technical difficulty in the last try, and if at first you don't succeed, try and try and try again. Thank you to Tara Praolo Studio for being an amazing producer and helping us not waste our time as we share with you today, because some of you know me well, and if you know me well, you know that I cannot stand preventable bullshit. So I've been working in my own life to align my chakras and to get out of my own way as it relates to the preventable bullshit that's part of my life. I also see that Superfan Club President Angie is here as well over on TikTok Live. And thank you so much for coming back to Love in Action Daily Boost program. We use this ancient technology called the chakras to root ourselves and then rise out of the ashes of our dusty lives. And you know, all of our lives have challenges. All of our lives have dust from time to time, and it's important that we use the tools we have to have a happy, joyous, and free life. So yesterday, if you were with us, and Tara was with us over on Instagram yesterday, you will recall that we were in our root chakra space, the mantra being I am. And today we're going to come on up a little higher into the sacral chakra. It is the seat of creative power, emotional flow, and sacred pleasure. And so a lot of us in our childhoods, in our religious upbringing, we were not encouraged to talk about or to embrace our sacred pleasure. But it's important that we do that. The sacral chakra, Satvistana in Sanskrit, is the second chakra in the traditional 7-chakra system. And the reason why my notes here are saying traditional 7-chakra system is because there are additional chakras that have been added on, but we'll talk about those some other time. The sacral chakra is located in the lower abdomen, just below the navel. It's the energetic center that governs our emotions, sensuality, creativity, relationships, and our capacity for joy. And this chakra is usually associated with the element of water and the color orange. This chakra invites us into fluidity, emotional intelligence, and co-creation with the universe. Isn't it a wonderful thought to know that you're not just alone in this life? You are co-creating your magical life with the universe. You're co-creating your magical life with all that is. And all there is and all that is trying to co-create magic with you. And it becomes this amazing, attractive force when you realize that you're not doing it solo dolo, that you're part of a team with the universe and your other earth angels. The sacral chakra is a space where inspiration is birthed and where desire becomes action. And in the chakra, we explore the balance between what it means to be vulnerable and powerful, and also receptivity and your passions. And the mantra is VAM, if you're interested in that. And the themes of the chakra are creativity, emotions, sensual expression, intimacy, boundaries, and flow. For artists, healers, and community builders like all of you, the sacral chakra is a vital wellspring of creative and emotional energy. A balanced sacral chakra empowers you to express your full artistic range. It also empowers you to connect intimately without losing your center and flow with life's unpredictability rather than resist it. None of us are in control. Drop a 1 in the chat if you recognize that you are not in control. I'm not in control. That's why I had to name myself Dr. Flo, to remind myself every time I say my name and someone calls my name that I'm not in control. I am in the flow. The best place I can be is not in the past, not in the future, right now in the middle of my flow. Even life's unpredictability happens. When your sacral chakra is open and clear, we feel joyful, we feel inspired and emotionally alive, and we're able to both give and receive pleasure. When our sacral chakra is imbalanced, we may experience shame, repression, creative blocks, and an overdependence in our relationships. Do you find yourself out there just trying to grasp for the next hit of dopamine, wherever it comes from? Do you find yourself blocked in your creative ability? This may be an imbalanced sacral chakra. Remember, I'm using the word imbalanced, not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that you need to fix. There's nothing that you need to protect, prove, hide, or defend. You just could be a little imbalanced. And so nurturing the sacral chakra, and we nurture all 7 of our chakras here daily, and we focus on a chakra a day, but nurturing this particular chakra looks like this. It could be expressive movement, dance, and sensual embodiment practices. It could be emotional release rituals and journaling. I'm a big fan of journaling. It could be sacred creative time, like the use of music, poetry, and art. Nurturing your sacral chakra may also include healing from shame, trauma, and emotional suppression. Now, what am I talking about when I say emotional suppression? I'm talking about that feeling where you're like, I should have spoken up and said that. I should have told her how I really felt. I should have told him how I really felt, but I didn't feel safe enough to do so. I didn't feel balanced in my sacral chakra, so I held onto it and said nothing. I suppressed my emotions. Drop a 2 in the chat if you've ever suppressed your emotions, held onto something a little too long. It may not be that you need to hold on to the emotion forever, but you can't keep tamping down on these emotions. The way that it was taught to me is that emotions are like, I see you, Tara. Emotions are like beach balls in the water. If you have a negative or positive emotion and you try to push it down, I'm mad, but I'm not going to show it. I'm sad, but I'm not going to show it. I'm offended, but I'm not going to show it. Imagine if I had mad, sad, and offended and happy all here as beach balls around me. Well, we recognize you cannot keep all of the beach balls of your emotion underwater. Think about it. You're standing in a pool. I start throwing you beach balls. I say, keep them all underwater. Suppress all of them. It's impossible. Eventually something is going to pop up. And sometimes when you're dealing in emotional suppression, things pop up when you don't want them to. That's an outburst. I call that destroying my beautiful garden. It's like I didn't want to say anything, but then I let it go. And then it's coming out in some area of my life. We want to heal from the shame, trauma, and emotional suppression today, once and for all. And then another way that you can nurture this chakra is by honoring boundaries in relationships and honoring pleasure as sacred. I used to be a people pleaser, y'all. I used to only do and say things that made people happy. I used to say, my one goal in life is just to bring happiness to people. I didn't want them to experience any other emotion around me but happy. And so then I would violate my own boundaries. Like I just said, I would not speak up. And that's how you have your boundaries violated in relationships. And trust me, child, if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. And so honoring boundaries in relationships are important to nurturing these parts of ourselves that want to feel joyful and inspired and emotionally alive. And also, some of you may have heard that I am same gender loving. Hi, Jill. I'm same gender loving. Here he comes. My same gender loved one. And I had a hard time as a same gender loving person falling in love with that pleasure. You gotta remember, for 20 years of my life, I was brainwashed to believe that to be same gender loving and to honor the pleasure of being same gender loving was a bad thing. It was even worse with my first husband. He had a hard time, with us even getting it on at the beginning because he felt like the flames of hell were going to come and get him. My second husband has no issue in that department. But if we don't consider our pleasure sacred, if we don't think that getting down and the get down, if we don't think that having great sex, great food, and great adventures is a sacred and honorable act, it will create problems. And this is not just something that happens with same gender loving people. No matter who you love, no matter how you express your pleasure, if you think that there's something wrong, or in our culture, because we're so repressed, we see some sexual acts as nasty or perverted or weird. Any of this judgment takes us out of the sacred space that is supposed to be honoring and pleasurable. So that's that on that. The mantra of the day is VAM. This is all about how we feel. And I want to give you all an opportunity in the chat, and I will broadcast it into the podcast and the television show later on Substack and YouTube and wherever you source your joy. Let me know in the comments, wonderful Angie and wonderful Tara, how you feel. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling all positive emotions today? Are you feeling all uncomfortable emotions today? I'm not going to say negative. I'll say, are you feeling comfortable emotions or uncomfortable emotions or something in between? When people say things like, I'm feeling okay, which Angie's sharing with us in full vulnerability and transparency, and I'm so grateful. When people say I'm feeling okay, I then ask them in my personal life, what kind of okay? What kind of okay? She said, I'm in between. What is making you feel in between that you would like to share with the class? And it's okay to feel okay. It's okay to feel not okay. Are you feeling like things are going to work out? Are you feeling like it's all going to go to hell in a handbasket? Remember, your emotions are like the dashboard in your life car. Sometimes you need oil change, sometimes you need more gas, sometimes you need to slow down in traffic, sometimes you need to speed up in traffic. Your emotions are just little indicators. They're not driving the car, okay? They're not driving the car. They're not in charge, but they are telling us how the vehicle of our lives are responding to the things we're doing. And Angie says in the comments, I'm trying to accomplish things, but not that I have to. Are you saying that you don't want to feel like a pressure around the things you have to accomplish? Are you saying that you want to flow? Angie also says in the comments, I'm definitely learning how to calm my attitude down. 3, 2. Angie also says in the comments, I'm definitely learning how to calm my attitude down. 3, 2, 1. What the hell is bothering me?
Flow, here is your reminder. Love and action programming. Flow, here is your reminder. Love and action programming.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the hell is bothering me? You got to get to the root system of what is bothering you. Welcome, Sister Loretta, another member and champion of Love in Action Network, where we put love in action every day. We encourage, equip, and empower people to use their time, talent, and treasure for good trouble on the planet. And we remind everyone in our network and everyone that we can encounter that they are loved and lovable. They've always been loved and lovable, and they're always gonna be loved and lovable. It's good to see you, Loretta. Thank you for all the love you give. You are a special person in the universe, and thank you for always bringing your overflow to our network. I don't want your principle, but give me your interest. And and speaking of interest, I shouldn't announce this because it's crosstalk, but Tara filed some paperwork. She could share it with you. We're soul siblings. She filed some paperwork last night and found some extra money, honey. And you know what she did this morning? She sent me some. I appreciate that. I appreciate when people find a little extra money laying around and say, you know what? And she's yeah. And y'all know I'm donation based. Feel free to donate at lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link. It's not about the money though. It's about the energy exchange. It's like, because she had her principle established, and like Tara would not give it to me, child, if she did not have her principle covered, but the overflow, thank you, Loretta. Loretta, for those of you listening back on the podcast and the television show later, you're gonna see her say, or hear her say, you deserve it. Thank you for reminding me, Loretta, reads to you, that I deserve good things in life. I keep telling you, Loretta, you would not be able to see that I deserve good things in life if you did not know for yourself that you're loved and lovable and that you deserve good things in life. Some of y'all know I've also been healing from feelings. I've been healing through feelings. And as a result of trying to numb my feelings out for the last 7 years, I forgot that this eyeball is a little smaller than this one. Can you tell, Angie? Have you noticed that this one is a little more droopy than that one? It's wearing me out today. I've been too blasted to recognize. We all have these little things about us. This one's smaller than this one. And then this one has a giant freckle in it if you ever get close to me. Both of them have freckles, but this one has a giant one. It's like, oh my goodness, I had to learn to love my eyeballs and love my hair. And Angie over on TikTok, everybody says, can we pin that comment? I didn't know. You roll them so much. Girl, these humans that I am called to love are getting on my damn nerves. Oh my goodness. I told you, these feelings are indicators though. If people are getting on my nerves or I feel uncomfortable around people, it's an opportunity for me to get clear about how I want to be in relationship with people. If you are walking around in life today, and this is how I met Angie. Angie is not as annoyed with people as the day I met her because I made her responsible. I taught her that she has the ability to respond to everything that's lighting up her emotional dashboard. If it's saying, warning, 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 these motherfuckers are getting on my nerves, that's an opportunity for us to take a pause and a step back and figure out how we want to be in relationship with every human. And that is an inner dialogue we can have. How do I want to show up today? Do I want to give a little more today? Do I feel like I can run the race really, really fast? Or do I feel like I need to slow down and just take it easy on people? And I'm learning that there are no right or wrong answers as it relates to our feelings. If we want to be anchored in our emotions, our sensuality, our creativity, our relationships, if we want to be anchored in our joy, we have to deal with our feelings. Not only on Monday, but on every day that ends with day. And also surround yourself with positive people who, okay, listen, we're all going to have all of these things lighting up our emotional dashboard. Can we be okay with that? Can we take a breath? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the hell is bothering me? Can we say, oh, everybody is a teacher. If you, like myself, get really caught up on the moves and the grooves of people, I want to extend the invitation to you today to let them go. You may not want to let them go forever. You may want to invite them back in, but there's nothing wrong with clearing the room of your heart. There's nothing wrong with clearing the room in your space and saying, you know what? I'm going to take space to make space for me so I can figure out how I want to feel. You got to remember, we're driving and programming the whole thing, Angie, Loretta, Tara, Rose. Did you know that you're programming the entire thing? As a man, as a woman, as a they them thinketh in their heart, so are they. It all begins in the heart. That's why I encourage all the members of our network and everyone I'm connected to just really start paying attention to your heart. Don't shoo it away because you have these adult responsibilities. Adult responsibilities. Don't shoo it away. Use that emotional dashboard to say, oh, I want different in my life. And now because I'm programming the whole thing, I get to choose how to connect intimately with myself without losing my center. Last week, I went on a sobriety journey and started a particular sobriety journey, and it required me to not be around people for a few days. I had to figure out if sobriety, emotional and physical, was something I wanted or something they wanted. Trust me, they wanted it, girl. Because, I smoked the car money. I had my reasons, but I did it with my full chest. And that brought up emotions and questions of, am I going to quit these toxic habits because it's making them sick or because it's making me sick? And yes, we'll be done by then, Loretta. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. But yes, this will be available over on our Love and Action Network Substack and newsletter, which I believe that you are subscribed to. And it's going to be on the podcast, and it's going to be on YouTube. And so you'll be able to catch the end of this and the special nuggets in it. And as always, you can go to the website, and Loretta Reads to You is in our WhatsApp chat. She's a core member over in our Facebook groups. This woman really believes in herself. And I've seen her over the last 4 years believe in herself more and more every day. She gets up and she does the work of love in her own special way. And Poppy and I have been so blessed by you being your loved and lovable self in the universe. And Rose is sending you love. Hi, Rose. You're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be. I've been saying it like Polly wants a cracker for the last 4 years. And I've got about 25 more left in the tank. So welcome to our sacred space. Thank you for holding space of love. Thank you for extending your love to our precious Mrs. Murray. We adore Miss Murray at Reference, okay? All right, I got some questions for you today that you can answer in the chat, and you all are my teachers when we're here. We're not here for a long time, but we certainly are here for a fun time. You're welcome, beloved. You're welcome. That 2-word prayer that you've placed here is a powerful prayer. And not everyone in our network are, oh, my accent came out. Not everybody in our network, not everyone in our network, Rose, is a prayerful person. That's not really a requirement here. We're bring your own beliefs. But I believe that those 2 words that you placed on the screen to me is a prayer to the universe. And when things start to get murky and messy and weird and strange, child, that 2-word prayer can be a magical spell. Thank you. Thank you, universe, for love. Thank you, universe, for water. Thank you, universe, for food. Thank you, universe, for the opportunity to get more juice out of my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the opportunity to get all of the juice out of my life. Powerful, 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 powerful. So our theme this week in Love and Action Network is all about grounding in our global reality. We're talking a bit this week about our humanitarian efforts and what we put out into the world and our love for other people. And of course, as we've already said, today is Sacral Chakra Day. We're going to talk about compassion through connection in these following questions. And we're going to revolve around the themes of emotions, which y'all call to mind right now someone in your life that has their emotions together. Okay? Call to your mind right now someone who has their emotions in check. Now call to mind someone in your path that does not have their emotions in check. What does that look like? All right? Even in our own hearts, what does your life look like when your emotions are in balance? What does your life look like when your emotions are out of balance? And I don't know why TikTok restricted me for giving love to you all, but my love is free. Even when it's restricted, my love is still free. I'm going to pick some questions out from this and hope my computer doesn't die. We're very human here. It's a gift to be human. It's a gift, as Tara was saying yesterday, to be imperfectly perfect, whole, and complete exactly as you are. Thank you for the follow, Rose. You're loved and lovable. Stop back by anytime. It's a gift to be imperfectly perfect, whole, and complete, exactly as I am. So many people today will find themselves in a prison because they're trying to be perfect. They're trying to make it all work. Don't try to make your life work. Be present to your life, and then it will work. First question: how do you hold emotional space for others in crisis? How do you hold emotional space for others in crisis? Some of you know I am still inside, I'm a tender-hearted, little, short, black boy from the South. And I had dreams of helping people as a kid. I loved all of the helping adults. I'm about to cry again. Maybe. Loretta was here earlier. I loved my librarians. I loved the librarians at my school and in my community as a child. And I looked up to librarians and bank tellers and anybody who was helping. And I said, when I grow up, I'm going to help people professionally. And I did. I became a bank teller, mostly because my mother wouldn't let me get the candy from them as a child. And I was like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a bank teller and I'm going to give all the kids candy. And I did. When I became a bank teller in my 20s, I gave all of the kids extra candy because my mother wouldn't let me have any when I was like 6. So I've checked off these boxes. I became a teller, and I also was a flight attendant. And sometimes in flight or on the ground, people have emotional crises, not just wind or air turbulence, but emotional turbulence. How do I hold emotional space for others who are in a crisis, whether I'm at ground level or 40,000 feet? I ask them what they need. I ask them what they need. Tara talked about this the other day as it relates to me. It's not about what I want, Rose, Angie, Tara, Loretta. When it comes to holding space for people, it's not about what you want. It's about what they need. I was. Your sister was an Aquarius like me. May her memory be a blessing. May her memory be a blessing, Rose. May you call into your heart right now everything good about your sister and know that it's good in you too. Everything good. Call it in right now. It is resonant in you as well. Never departed. They say dearly departed, never departed. And I would encourage you, I'm not a real doctor, I play one on TV, but I would encourage you to look up Gestalt therapy. Gestalt. Gestalt. Look up Gestalt therapy. I had to go through this for a bunch of grief I had in my life. And one of the practices of Gestalt is that you place the other person, imaginary, in a chair in front of you. I would encourage you to get a chair in your house if you feel safe enough to do so, and put it in front of you as you sit in a chair and start to have conversations with your sister. Start to have conversations with your sister in the empty chair about how she feels about you and what she has to say to you. I had to do it with my mother. My mother's still alive. My dad's no longer here. But there were times in my life that I could not talk to the people who were in my life physically focused because I didn't want to. And many therapists were like, you don't have to. People don't need to be present in your life for you to heal, Rose. You have to be present to your life so you can heal. The missing ingredient is always us. It's always a coincidence. And now I have to ask you, Rose, what do you need? Thank you, Tara. What do you need? It's my aura. It's my aura. It's my aura. Rose, what do you need as it relates to your sister in her ultimate freedom? What do you need? How do you hold someone in emotional space when they're in crisis? By asking them what they need. And if you're still grieving, take 30 years if you need. I'm not going to even have an opinion about your grieving process. My question for you today, beloved, is what do you need? What do you need? What community or group touches your heart most deeply? Love and Action Network. Love and Action Network. I really enjoy being of service in the world, and I'm working at being more of service while making these dead presidents. I really am. I'm working at being more of service while making these dead presidents. What about you? What community or group touches your heart most deeply? Last one. When have you cried out of love for strangers? Just now, with Rose and her Aquarius sister. I cry a lot. In fact, my recovery journey is what it was because I didn't want to feel the way I feel about people. I have a true empathetic and sympathetic heart towards every human. And I didn't want to feel that. So I would and completely beam off of the planet. The problem with beaming off of the planet is that you don't feel empathy, sympathy. You don't, like, you just, in the words of my partner, you just don't have any concern. And we have to be concerned about the Roses and the Taras and the Lorettas and the Angies of the world. And I'm very concerned. Not concerned in that I'm worried, concerned in that I'm present. So my last question, when have you cried out of love for strangers? In this room, in this session, in this moment, deeply moved. Rose, what was your sister's name? I feel very connected to her right now. Let's take a moment to breathe. And then we'll land this. I'm so grateful for my feelings. I'm so grateful for my feelings. Thank you, feelings. Thank you, emotions. I'm so grateful to belong to my emotions, and my emotions and feelings belong to me. I'm grateful that my emotions are the indicators telling me whether I'm going in a direction that serves me or direction that I need to let go of. Super, super grateful for my feelings. Thank you, feelings. I'm grateful for the capacity to feel. We have a bunch of amazing programs in Love and Action Network. I just got out of a meeting earlier this morning where we're going to be revamping the website for the fourth in Love and Action Network. I just got out of a meeting earlier this morning where we're going to be revamping the website for the fourth. In fact, I have a meeting to go to in 5 minutes. I have a program called Unfuckwithable with Flow. Unfuckwithable with Flow. When you are in control of your emotions, and when you have a dream, and you have a group of people around you that support your dreams and want to see you win in the ways that I support my clients, you are unfuckwithable. There is a spiritual solution for every issue. And I had a dream my life would be. So if you'd like to text me or call me, my phone number is very public. Ring me up. I would love to get to know you better. If you want to learn more about our members, want to come to one of our events, if you want to come to our Love and Action Daily Interactive Room, where it's not just me talking, but we're doing the call and response thing and talking to each other. This morning's room was like 3 hours again. Amazing. I'm not the only teacher. I'm not the only shiny marble in the bag. If you think I'm great, just wait till you meet my people. If you think I'm great, just wait till you meet my community. The community that we're cultivating together. So AM Interactive through Love and Action Network happens every day, 11 a.m. Eastern on an app called Clubhouse. Would love to have you in it. Just RSVP on the site through our box office. Mock auditions happen on Wednesdays and Saturdays now. If you want to sing, do a piece of poetry. I'm actually going to read this because this is something new. Join Dr. Flo, Founder-in-Chief, Love and Encouragement Officer of Love and Action Network, and special guest industry professionals for a bold and heart-centered mock audition workshop on Love and Action Interactive on Clubhouse. This dynamic social audio experience is designed for emerging and seasoned creatives to present 1 minute of material. It could be a monologue, a song, a poem, or a pitch. And you're going to receive real-time feedback from trusted professionals and peers. So bring your talent, share your truth, and receive powerful guidance and clarity. Once again, these Instagram and TikTok spaces, it's just one person speaking. You may want to say something back to me, so we are providing the opportunities for that to happen. Mock auditions will be happening between July 2nd and October 1st on Wednesdays and Saturdays on special platforms. Also coming up every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing the Dream and Business Audit Hours. These are opportunities for you to come into community, and we're inviting entrepreneurs, creatives, and change makers to bring your top 1 to 3 questions about getting unstuck, building momentum, and growing both in your personal life and your bank account. And I don't think there's anybody who wants to not grow in their momentum, their personal life, and their bank account. So whether you're navigating your next bold move, building your brand from scratch, or simply in need of a clarity boost, this is your moment to receive actionable insight, heartfelt engagement, and a loving nudge towards your dreams. Come ready to share, listen, and be poured into by a community of purpose-led visionaries. Get unstuck, audit your vision, and align your actions. Access resources to elevate your life and finances, and there is no cost. Everything I do in life is donation-based. So bring yourself and add water. Love is taking care of me. It's been a rough 4 years, but I shouldn't even say but. It's been a rough 4 years, and I gave my life to love, and love gives me everything back. So I'm excited about the Dream and Business Audit Hour. I'm excited about launching the mock auditions. I'm excited about the daily interactive rooms on Clubhouse. I'm excited about the Daily Boost program, Deconstruction Junction, our podcast, and really getting the tools in people's hands to allow them to have a happy, healthy, and free life. We all deserve it. Every one of us is worthy. So go to my link in bio if you're interested in learning more about the team and what we offer. Like I said, I had a meeting this morning where we combed through the website And it's going to be better in about 2 hours than it is right now because we're loved and lovable and we take advice from people who want us to succeed. That's where I'll land today. I feel, which is our mantra of the day, that there are people in this life that want me to succeed. I feel that things will work out for me if I listen to them. So I'm grateful for the advice. I'm grateful for the attaboys. I'm grateful for the encouragement. I'm grateful for your time that you gave me this afternoon to hold space for love. A love that never, ever evaporates. Rose taught us today. I told you, everybody who comes into my rooms on Clubhouse, everyone who comes into TikTok, everyone who comes into Instagram lives, they're all sent, divinely sent, I feel, all the time to teach me something. And Rose today taught me that true love never, ever, ever evaporates. And I'm very, very grateful. So check out our calendar on the website. Consider donating to our mission if you feel so inclined. Maybe you got some rich cousins who want to sponsor inclusive love revival. Who knows what magic's going to unfold, but we're here to do the work of love, and I have a deep feeling that it's all going to work out for our highest good. All is well. All is well. Everything is working out for our highest good, and out of this situation, only good must come, and we are safe. All is well. All is well. Everything is working out for our highest good, and out of this situation, only good must come, and we are safe. One more time. All is well. All is well. Everything is working out for our highest good, and out of this situation, only good must come, and we are safe. On behalf of our leadership team, Tara Praolo Studio, Poppy Water 33, myself, Andre and the Flow, and all of the cool kids and crew over at Love and Action Network, we invite you today to stay in your power, to stay in your joy, and to stay loved and lovable. And we will see you tomorrow around our fabulous network. Take care.